Hi, it's Regina, and you're watching Free from Fear. Now, how is everyone? I hope you guys are doing well. I know that I have been MIA. I have just been, I don't know what I've been actually. I've been going through a lot of different feelings, like feelings and emotions that I just can't really put um put into words. I can try, but I have been feeling like everything around me is just tumbling, right? Tumbling. Or I feel like everything around me is going super fast, right? And I'm like in this middle and I can feel everything going really, really fast, but I don't feel like I'm moving. And, you know, it's been a lot. Um, I get very anxious. I get very worried easily. I'm working on that. And this thyroid cancer thing, it took me and it's been giving me an array of emotions. And then, at first it felt like things were moving pretty good, as far as diagnoses and then surgery, that moved pretty rapidly. But now I just kind of feel like I'm at this really big, like, standstill, right? Like, I'm waiting, 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 right? While this cancer, after they took the thyroid out, and was able to see it, it was, deemed multifocal metastatic papillary carcinoma, right? So pretty much what that means is there was more than one tumor. They removed two, and then um, my lymph nodes, more than half of the ones they took out, I think all but two were cancerous. So that just means that it has moved outside of that region. Where has it moved to? I have no idea. My endocrinologist, I don't like him. I don't like him. I feel like he doesn't take my what I'm saying like is not important to him. You know what I mean? Like he's like, well, the labs are okay now. At first my labs came back, they were not correct. He was giving me too high of a dose, and now they're okay. They're like technically in the normal range, but before I even knew I had cancer, my all my labs was always normal. All of my thyroid labs were always normal. There was um no indicator that I had cancer in my blood. So I don't really take those tests to be all the way accurate. Understand? And then I'm having pains, like a lot of pains. Well, I worked out the other day, and that's why my legs are hurting. But um, other than that, I do have just abnormal pains, and I get a lot of nausea episodes. And I'm like, what is this? Like what is going on? Um, and so I'm getting a lot of these nausea episodes as well. And then like, so I don't know. I just feel like a lot is piled up, right? Relationships, I've been having to really take a deep look at my relationship, the relationship I'm in. I mean, relationships in general, definitely, but definitely the romantic relationship that I've been having to really test my patience, honestly. And I don't know if it's because I'm in this weird space right now, worrying so much about, the cancer, amongst other things, and just my general day to day life that I've been a little worried about. Um, and so before the cancer diagnosis, I thought I was doing pretty good, like getting to the root of a lot of my past issues, my childhood traumas, trying to heal them. But then I recently thought to myself, like, was I actually healing or was I just secluding? Because when you're not really around anyone, there's no one to really push your triggers. You know what I mean? So, you know, healing is not secluding. Secluding yourself is just avoidance, you know. So I'm just really avoiding the world. I'm avoiding the universe. Avoiding interactions. So am I really healing? Because I feel like I've been really triggered lately and I'm not responding in the way that I know that I can respond or in a healthy, emotionally mature manner. You know, I've been responding from a place of fear, a place of anger, um, you know, a place of impatience. And I take, after I have these little episodes, I'm like, whoa, whoa, is this me? What is going on? Like, what am I doing? I thought we were better. I thought we were getting better, right? But I find myself um, reverting. You know what I mean? Healing is a very long process. You know, it took years and years for me to be broken and to put myself back together again alone, to having to do this. You know, it's definitely difficult, way more difficult than I had could ever and have anticipated. Um, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't heal from that. I just haven't been around, or I've been secluding myself. So I haven't been around those situations and issues that would make me feel triggered. And, you know, when we get triggered, you know, we like to say, well, you can't do this because I'm going to feel this way. But it's not anyone else's responsibility to really be careful of our triggers. You know what I mean? It's my responsibility to know that this is a trigger for me. That's something I need to work on, not someone else. You know, now if that person genuinely cares about you and they want to help to, you know, not trigger you or whatever the situation, that's even fantastic. You better keep that person. Love that person. But we also don't want to sit there and be like, oh, I'm triggered. You can't do this. You can't breathe. You can't, you know, because honestly, that's a bit much. Because I be thinking like, girl, you need to work on that, not nobody else. So you know, of course, that has to apply to me as well. And so when I get triggered, and I'm like, well, you knew I'm like this, and later on, I have to sit and I'm like, you know, everything just because they knew, it didn't mean that they can't be who they are. You know, so it's up to me to make a conscious decision. You know, if this person is triggering me more than normal, I need to make a conscious decision whether I can have this person in my life. And it's not anything they've done necessarily, you know, like it's more about me. It's more about me. And like when I say these things out loud, I do feel kind of guilty because feel like I sound selfish. Oh, it's about me. It's about me. It's about me. But honestly, if it's not about you, you're not going to be able to show up as your full self. Like if you cannot honestly heal every part of your being, you can't show up in this world in situations fully. You can't really show up in as your genuine self, you know, and also coming to terms with who you are. And if you can't change, what do you do? Right? Like I've been trying really hard. But I still have these moments where I just automatically like switch to this person I don't like being. And then I get so upset and guilty after the fact. Like you reacted, um, your reaction was disproportionate to the situation. Like you know that your reaction was not indicative of that situation. You did not react in a manner that was normal or whatever the situation. You know what I mean? And I know that there's a lot of different situations that is difficult for me. Um, Driving anywhere, I really have to get up talks, you know, to myself. Like, you can do this, girl. You just go to the store. Boom, bam. I don't drive highway because I know that's a trigger for panic attacks and stuff. I've been having panic attacks again. I got them under control, and now they're starting again, and it's like, oh my god. What now? Like, what am I doing now? And then it's like, I have these times where I can't get my thoughts together. I can't compartmentalize, right? Like I can't separate things, and I get frustrated. I've been getting really frustrated and angry with myself. And I know that I need to give myself a little bit of grace. But I feel like I'm just in this void and I don't know how to get out of it. Or I have like this feeling, this sinking feeling. And you know what's so hard? You hear people say, listen to your intuition, follow your intuition. But a person with a trauma filled past or trauma filled upbringing, their intuition is not always correct. My intuition is always on like 100. And so I know that sometimes I react in unreasonable situations, like an unreasonable way, to whatever situation I am in. Because it's hard for me to trust my intuition because I'm just always at a point of like everything is bad. And everything is not inherently bad, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, you're catastrophizing or whatever that word is. um yeah, I think it's catastrophizing. But yeah, I'm definitely in this weird space. And I've got like a lot of brain fog. I can't like put my I know what I want to say or what I want to do, but it's hard for me to put the words to it. I don't know if it's I know that they said removing the thyroid, it gives you some brain fog too. Um, but if that's what this is from, it's awful. It's really awful, guys. Um, and then just trying to get like, what is my next step? What am I supposed to do? Like, what am I feeling? I don't know. And then just feeling unsupported. Like, I just feel unsupported by certain individuals that I feel like should be supporting me a little bit more. Um, you know, so I'm like, that's where I am at. That's where I am at. And I have to remember to give myself a little bit of patience. Be patient with myself, right? Because this is life changing, no matter what type of cancer you have. And I hear a lot of, oh, if you want to get any cancer, this is the cancer to have, thyroid cancer. And it's like, what? No, any cancer is a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I'm not going to survive the cancer. It's 97%, rate of survival. But I just feel in this weird standstill, you know what I mean? Like with my healing and my progress. Um, and I guess like the longer I wait to do my treatment and everything, I'm just really, I don't know, I'm just really scared. If I'm gonna be completely, genuinely transparent here, I am scared because A, I don't know exactly how many years I had that cancer. B, I don't know where it has spread to. So of course, an anxious person I definitely have disabilities as far as mental incapacities, and that's depression, PTSD, anxiety, panic disorder, and panic disorders. And it's just like, a person with that type of trauma, that type of brain is going to automatically think the worst. Like, I'm gonna die. Like, every little thing that happens, I feel like, oh my God, is this it? Is this the day I die? Is this the day that I leave my kids? I could choke on a freaking grape or something and die. But, you know, knowing that I have cancer, I think that makes everything worse. And then having to feel, look, I'm just going to be transparent here. Having to feel like I have to down my cancer, like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to be fine, to uplift and support other people so that they don't worry about my health. Like, what? I feel like that's even harder. Like, or when your family still expects, life doesn't stop because you have cancer. You know what I mean? So your family's still going to expect, especially if you have children or whatever. They have to be fed, they have to be clothed, they have to be bathed, and they have to be everything. They have virtual schooling right now, and they still expect you to be able to show up fully. You know what I mean? No matter how much pain you're in, no matter, whatever the situation you're going through that day, you can't matter. And I get that because they didn't ask to be here. My babies did not ask to be here. They deserve a full life. Now, are there days I'm not able to fully be present? There are. There are. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, no, I'm perfect, mom. I'm not. I am not perfect, like, by far. But some days you just want someone to help you. You know what I mean? Like, you just want the person who's supposed to be supportive of you to be there to help you. And when you find yourselves constantly in disagreements or whatever the situation, you kind of feel alone. You kind of feel like, well, they don't really understand what I'm going through. Well, you can heal from this, or some people will say certain things. You need to motivate yourself. And it's like, okay. Or, I've had someone say to me, when you wake up and you say your body hurt, I know you're not going to cook or clean that day. It's not like, well, what do you need from me? What do you need me to do to help you feel better? No, you don't get that. You need to motivate yourself. You need to deal, you're going to lay here. You're going to kill yourself. And I'm not saying that it isn't true. I'm not saying that isn't true. But what I'm saying is it's not warranted. I feel like if the support that I feel that I need would be something the way that I think that I would feel better, like if the support I needed looked something like, say I wake up and I say, I'm in a lot of pain, and they say, okay, babe, what's up? Like, what do you need right now in this moment that would make you feel a little bit better? Or, don't worry, I'll make breakfast. I don't know, I'll do that or whatever. Just do something instead of sitting there trying to make me feel bad about how I already feel. Do you not know how bad I already feel in my head? On the days that I wake up in pain, I get so angry at myself because I'm 31 and I should be able to push through, right? I should be able, I'm a mom of multiple children, and I should be able to clean the way I want to clean or whatever. I mean, but but I can't. It's not nothing that it just is what it is. And so I just feel like instead of trying to make me feel worse about it or thinking you're motivating me in some weird way, well, let's just say, well, you don't feel good, you can't clean up. This is a pretty big house. Have a lot of children. Well, maybe I'll gift you like a service to come in maybe once a month or something to do like a thorough clean. And then we can try to keep it up the rest of the month. Like something like that would be love. Like, and then there are days that I'm embarrassed. Like I think about hiring a service and I'm embarrassed because I'm like, I don't want them thinking I'm, too messy. And I know it's like, well, the messier are, the better for them because they get paid more, right? And then, of course, I'm a mom of 6. I am unemployed right at this moment. And so affording that is kind of like, no. um, for those who can afford that and you feel bad that day, or you feel bad this cumulative time, normalize getting help without feeling unworthy of it or feeling like incapable, um, feeling like a failure because you couldn't clean it yourself. Get help. We go through so many different things. Being a mom, teaching, we're so many things. You're a chef, you're a cook, you're a cleaner, you're, a therapist, your teacher. We wear so many hats, but get no recognition. And you shouldn't have to wear that many hats all the time. Sometimes you don't even know who you are outside of being a mother. For so many years, even to this day, I don't know who I am outside of being a mom. I became a mom like at 18, and I never looked back. Like I went from childhood trauma to motherhood. There was no time in between to decompress, to heal, to think about what I'm doing, to, normalizing myself. Um, and I know that sounds weird, right? Who wants to normalize themselves? It's not necessarily being normal, but just trying to sift through the emotions that I jumped straight off of just feeling so hurt and abandoned and neglected and abused to I am someone's protector. But I couldn't even protect myself. So how is this playing out? How is this working? How can I be the best possible mom if I've never took the time to clean, dress, and heal those wounds that go so deep into my soul that I can't even differentiate who I am as a human being without that trauma. I can't differentiate who I am just in and of myself. Who is Regina? If anyone asks me, who is Regina? The first thing I say is I'm a mother. I'm a mom of 6. That's not who I am, though. That's just the title. That's just the hat I wear. That's not who I am on a cellular level. That's not who I am in my DNA. And honestly, I can't tell you who I am at a cellular level. I don't know. I haven't had the time to get to know me. I haven't had the time to sit with that pain because like I said, I started drinking. Oh, I didn't say that here, but I said it previously. I started drinking at like 12. So I never really sat with a lot of that pain. I numbed that pain to be able to just kind of daily go through, like function. And I would numb it with that. I started numbing with alcohol. Then there was the weed. And then there was, earlier on, promiscuity at some point. I'm not going to sit here and act like, I ain't do nothing. I had moments, and they try to shame us. Like growing up, I was so ashamed. I was very quiet though. Like no one knew how many people I slept with. I wasn't like I don't go around telling people, but you know what I mean. Like I had my fair share, if you want to know. Like, but and then you feel so embarrassed because I didn't love myself. I didn't take care of myself well. That, of course, I didn't tell people any of those things that I've done or did. And I would be strategic about it and be like, well, I would just lie if someone asked, I was a kid, you know. All of that happened in my teenage years. After I had my first child, I didn't do like all those crazy things like that. I mean, when I was single, I did what I wanted to do because, okay, I'm grown. I can do what I want. But society, men in the society, they used to, growing up as teenagers, their first question was, "Oh, how many people you been with?" And now, as a 31-year-old woman, I wish a nigga would. It doesn't matter how many people I've been with or how many people you've been with. Who we are right now, who we are deciding to be with right now, is what's important. Um, and like I said, women were shamed. A majority of people had taken my body without my consent. You know what I mean? I've been in a lot of different situations, and I just felt not in control. I felt I had no say so over who I was or what my body was. Especially growing up, and you have people in your life that say certain things and they do certain creep things, you know what I mean? And like, oh, what's coming next? If you've been, you know, if you've been molested or raped or whatever the situation, you know how it goes, you know, especially a quiet, um, abused kid, you know, who just developed more than the next average child. You know what I mean? Like I developed a little bit earlier than normal. I was never a skinny, like skinny teenager. I was a skinny little girl, and then once I hit like 10, you know, boobs was coming. So at a young age, you're taught from people you're supposed to look up to, people who are supposed to protect you, that your body is not your own. You have no control. You don't know. And so then you get a certain age and you kind of like, you do whatever. You're like, well, I'm in control now. And then you're really not in control. Your trauma's in control. You're doing things based off of how you felt, how you can never feel again. You still don't speak up for yourself. I didn't get speaking up for myself until now, like, and it's still not like all the way there. Like, it's really better. Like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue anymore. You're not gonna do anything you want to do to me anymore. But it's still that thing in the back of my mind, like, you can't do that. You can't say that. You can't. And it's like, well, why can't I? I can say and do whatever the fuck I want, right? That's how like I kind of approach it now. But like I said, I'm in this weird space, and I want to be transparent about it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Um, I don't know what the next step is, but I have this feeling of just like things are about to change again. And change, right? My life has changed so many times. So many times. And I have to redirect sometimes. I be thinking like I have a little bit of ADHD. It was never diagnosed, but I be going off. I don't even know if this is going to sound right, but I'm still post it. Anywho, um, the brain memory loss. Like, it comes, I had it, and then it goes. It'll come back, I guess. So yeah, like trying to understand what my next step is. That's what it is. Change, guys. Change, change, change. I have been a participant of change for as long as I can remember. I never lived somewhere very long. Even as a kid, when I was living with my actual family, we would move like every few years, only like around the corner, still in the same area though. But then at 13, I went to care, and so I'm not saying all kids in care move a lot. Majority do. I've had a lot of homes that I've lived in. Never stayed somewhere longer than a year. Maybe I have like a year and a half to 2 years was like the longest, but other than that, so that's like 8 years of moving like profusely. Okay, I went to 4 different high schools, and so I moved a lot. So that's normal for me, right? So the first home I actually had that I didn't move that much was my own home, which was I got my own home all by myself, not with any man, not with anyone. Back in 2015, I stayed at that house until 2019. 3 years I stayed there. Then I moved here in this home with my kids, me and my children, and I've been here since 2019. So it's like I'm going 2 years or something. Yeah, 2 years, and I finally am like comfortable, but I still always have this thing in the back of my head. Oh, you're gonna have to move soon, and I don't. I think it's just like the basic trauma that I've been through. Like always moving. When I moved into with those families, it's always like, how long am I gonna be here for? They're gonna get tired of me soon. Probably not good enough. You know, nobody wants to keep me. I just wanted to be kept. You know, I wanted to be a part of their family, like really feel genuinely a part of. They never, like, no one ever made me feel while in foster care a genuine part of their family. Um, I always felt like an outsider. Like, I know this is temporary. You know, I know that they care about me. They care about children. You know, some of the ones I was with, they definitely cared about the kids. They definitely cared about trying to show the child like a better way of life. But I never genuinely felt like they loved who I was. You know, like, yeah, I was a little messed up. I was really sad. And then, like, but I was just always afraid. Like, I was just always afraid. Like, I'm gonna have to move again. Have to throw these clothes in another trash bag and push it. You know, they give you these bags, the laundry trash, like they'll give you laundry bags, the colorful, like the red or the blue with the squares, and you take your trash bag with clothes and you put it inside of there. That's how we moved around. Like, oh, here I go, throw my shit in the trash bag again. Go to the next place. I think a couple homes I didn't even stay a week. I was like, I can't do this. You know, um, back at it again. And when is someone gonna love me for me? Maybe I'm just not worthy. Maybe I'm unlovable. Maybe there's something really wrong with me. I'm really broken. These are all the things that I would think, you know. So when change come, I would welcome it. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. Something new, a new adventure, whatever the situation. I would tell myself. And then having children, you realize, ooh, that is not what you want to keep doing. You don't want to keep moving. Kids like stability. Of course, kids are resilient. But the move from my old place to this one, my daughter was a little upset. She's like, I'm not gonna see my friends. I'm not gonna be able to play outside with my friends. I'm gonna have to get to know new people. And it's like, wow, they really care about that stuff. And I didn't even ever have the moment. I didn't have the time to care about that kind of stuff growing up. That's why I'm glad that I'm able to give my kids like that type of stability. Um, but for some reason, I feel like there's another change coming. And I know that I'm just like, I'm so tired of the change, right? Because my last house actually caught fire. That's how we lost that house. It caught fire. Um, you know, I don't want to lose everything all over again to rebuild it all, start from scratch again. You know, it's hard doing that. And I used to do it constantly, lose everything, like furniture. I had like an apartment with my kid's father. That was my first place after foster care. I left everything there, everything, and just took my clothes and my kids and left. You know, like after that, you know, and it's like, I gotta start all over again. I've had to start all over again a few times, like 4 to 5. And I'm just tired. I don't want to start all over again from nothing. You know, it's okay. Like, if there's a change that, or shift that's occurring, like, I don't want to start from nothing, though. Like, I want to start growing. Because I feel like if I'm still starting from the bottom, then I'm missing something. What am I not learning? What am I not doing to grow myself? Right? Like I don't know. I don't know. But y'all, you know, right? Like things have been so off for me lately. I just like be asking myself these questions. What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I gonna get through this? Um, I don't want to die yet. I haven't done anything but make babies. I want to see my children grow up. I want to have fun. I want to be happy. I want to live a full life. I want to have experiences that I can look back on and say, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Memories that make me smile. Not all memories that make me cry or sad. Life is happening. Whether I participate or not, it's happening. I looked up, I'm 31. 31 years have already went by. And there are days I still feel like I'm 17. I'm still in this place of not being healed. I'm still in this place of uncertainty. When does it get better? When can I trust what I know inside? Why do I go against myself at every turn, making my life more difficult? Why do I think I deserve pain? Why do I think for some odd reason that's my journey? I know that pain teaches, right? We can learn very valuable lessons through pain, but does everything have to be painful? Does it? I'm trying to understand. Like, am I creating? I feel like I'm creating my. Of course, we create our own reality, right? So where did I sign up for this reality? Like what? Like, homie, what are you doing? And trust me, I know what I'm doing more before anybody else know what I'm doing. I know if I'm slacking, I'm fucking slacking. Trust me, you know when you fucking up. You know it. You tell yourself. I know I do. And it's like, all right, we need a plan. We need something. You know, I need something to map out what I'm supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to be doing? Anyway, guys, I just know I haven't checked in a while, and this is where my life is at right now. Trying to understand it, trying to cipher through it. Cause I don't know. I'm a little lost. And I be asking, like, I wish, like, I could meet someone who can just help me. That has, like, it on their heart to help, like, help me, like, just become better me. You know what I mean? I know nobody can't make me a better me. But, like, I had no real guidance growing up. So, like, I didn't have parents who taught me this, that. You know, I'm teaching myself as I go. And not everything I teach myself is correct. I know that. And, you know, getting in tune or in touch with myself and all those things is difficult. I don't know how to even really start. And I just feel lost, you know, like if there was just one person in this world that could really help me become better. And, you know, I know that there are plenty of people who can, but they're pretty expensive and I'm just not in a bracket right now. And it's not that I want free help, you know, I guess I do a little bit. But not in retrospect, I don't want nothing for, I want something for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely want to help other people, whatever that is. I always have felt like this weird, like I'm supposed to be doing more than what I'm doing. I don't know what, but something. And I'm just sharing my experiences because maybe someone else is going through this. Maybe someone else can't decipher through what they're feeling, don't know how to put it into words or whatever, and maybe we can figure it out together or something. I'm just trying to be just why do we have to work so hard to just be, right? You know, we equate doing all these things for other people because if we do these things for other people, they'll see our value in you. And I'm not gonna lie, recently I was able to do more than I usually can. And I was so excited because I can get this for this person. But how much I really think about them and how much I really care about them because I can't put it into words so well. And I think I'm learning myself. Like I said, I never got to learn myself, like my love languages and everything. But I'm finding my gifts. And not just any old gift, but gifts that I really like or gifts that are really indicative of who I am. Make me so happy. Um, it makes me feel like, oh my God, you really took the time to listen to me. You really value who I am. You really care about me. And that makes me want to be like, okay, yes, thank you. I appreciate you. I love that you care, that you value who I am. I love that. That makes me feel good inside. Like I'm not so alone, you know, and I love those things. A friend of mine, she's also my coach, but she is a friend to me. We're family to me. I made a comment on a tea set of hers. It was cool. Never had a tea set, and I was like, oh my God, I've always wanted to do tea, like have a tea party, like a real life tea party. Before we didn't get stuff like that. And like later on, we were hanging out, and she was, I got something for you, and it was like a tea set just like hers. It was so beautiful. And it was just the fact that, oh my God, you listened to that small statement. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect it. I didn't think about it. I just wanted to have tea with her, like we could have the tea together in these cute little tea sets. And she got me my own tea set. And but it made me feel so good inside. Like, wow. I never felt like people really think about me like that. Um, and people are like, it's just a tea set. It's not even about the tea set. It's just that was one of my dreams as a little girl that I've plenty of dreams that never came true for me. And albeit if I'm 31, I have a tea set. And I just bought a tea kettle and a sugar bowl to go with it. And I'm getting my tea cart together because I'm going to have a tea party with my daughters. And just that moment of love brightened my entire week. It gave me something to look forward to do with my children, my daughter. And I am so grateful for people like that in my life. I'm so grateful that I am at a point. 2020 to 2021 has given me some amazing people in my life. I already had some really great, not a lot of friends. I'm not a lot of super friend, but I had I already had like 3 great friends. And 2020 to 2021 has given me a handful more of amazing friends. And I hope that we stay friends for the rest of my life. Like people are so special, especially people who get you, people who give you the space to be unapologetically you, to let you be able to break down and not judge you and not say, oh my gosh, you're so emotional, and not say, girl, you better get over it. No, and they just say, it's okay, get it out. It's okay. You're validated. What you feel is valid. They don't tell you you're overreacting. They don't, tell you that, oh, you need to get over it or whatever the situation. You know what I mean? They let you be you. And then once you're finished, they say, you good? Okay, now this is what we need to do. This is where, it's okay to be there. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to let it cry. But you gotta let it go after, right? You gotta be able to pick up your head and keep trudging on. Because I'm gonna always keep going. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give up on life. I'm not gonna give up on my family, on my children. I'm not gonna give up on me. But there are moments where I feel like I want to, and I feel like I should have that right to just break down and not feel guilty about it. Because everything that I'm going through right now is warranted. It's not catastrophized. Every person in the world doesn't get cancer, regardless of what kind of cancer. You know? Every person in the world doesn't know how anxiety feels at like a superseded level. It's healthy to have a little anxiety. My oldest sister actually asked me, what does it feel like? And I'm like, you never felt anxiety? Not? And she's like, no, not how you be doing it. Like, not how you be going, And I'm like, it just makes my stomach turn into knots. My heart feels like it's racing faster than, I don't know, a bullet. My chest feels like I might have it caving in. Face will start tingling. These are panic attack symptoms when I have them. All I think about is, oh my God, I did something wrong. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? The world is ending. I'm gonna die. My stomach will start hurting so bad. I'll feel like I have to take these. I'm so sorry that that sounds like that, but that's what it feels like. I've had stomach issues forever. Like since a little girl, like elementary school, my hands were sweaty. I always felt like I was gonna poop on myself. And like feeling that constantly, every day, every moment you wake up, you're like, who's gonna hurt me today? Who's gonna hit me? Who's gonna touch me down there today? I don't want them to do that. Not today. That's what I felt like daily. And there are a few days in there that you feel good. I started drinking because it helped with that feeling. But with my family history, I shouldn't be drinking. My aunts, my grandfather, my mother, they all died from cirrhosis. All had cirrhosis or something, died from something related to addiction. Um, Luckily I stopped drinking. I don't drink anymore. Smoking helps. Um, that anxiety to quell it a little bit, but I want to be able to go through life without any enhancements, living my full life, being the best version of myself I could possibly be. Anyway, guys, been on here a little bit long. Hopefully, you can watch it. So, thank you. If you have any feedback, any advice, anything, feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. Again, this is Regina. You're tuned in to Free from Fear. And just remember, you're not alone. We all are in this crazy shit show together. I love you guys.